Now in Pakistan, there is a serious problem in our courts. That is lack of conclusivity. When a litigation is initiated at point A and it is to be determined at point B, what we have is perhaps a protracted form of litigation which may last a decade and at times maybe 2 decades or even 3 decades. With this situation at hand, what we are having is a compromise on enforcement of the rule of law. What did the Supreme Court do? It had the power and jurisdiction under Article 184(3), and it set up what is called today as the Human Rights Cell of the Supreme Court. Now, from everything from kidnapping cases, from corruption cases, from missing person cases, kite flying cases, Karokari cases, all of these have been entertained by the Honorable Supreme Court. And orders, and if you read the website of the Human Rights Cell on the Supreme Court website, it says and admits to the fact, due to the ineffectiveness of the legal system, due to the fact that poor people have no access and cannot reach justice, this cell is being set up to provide inexpensive and speedy justice to those who come to the court. So what is happening is a dichotomy where they are accepting and we are accepting the fact that there are serious flaws in the legal system. And the Supreme Court, for the last several years, is involved in one form or the other of a case, which is a human rights case, and is entertaining it. There are areas which are termed at times as gray areas, and no-go, and then there is a no-go area. But this will only over time be determined and will by test establish where the court should exercise jurisdiction and where it should not. In example recently of the corruption which was taken notice of the Supreme Court was the HUD scam case. Then there's the rental power case. Now this is taking cognizance of a matter which was highlighted in the media, which resulted in the court exercising jurisdiction, suo motu jurisdiction. There is become a perception in the public that this court is supportive of one particular side of ideology and may not be supportive of the other. But these things happen. This will happen because this is an area which the court is trying to do what is at the last resort to give some semblance of justice to the public. What we need now, Honorable Chief Justice Sir, is serious law reform. We need law reform that point A to point B can be reached within 5 years. 5 years is very good time. Meaning file a case at the trial level, appellate level, next level, Supreme Court, ultimate jurisdiction. Because why did the uprising in Swat take place? Why did those Muslims, what we call fundamentalist Muslim, call for enforcement of Sharia? A garib aadmi jiska zameen hai, he goes and engages a lawyer, has with some title documents, and says this was my land, it was my ancestral land. The case went, it was decreed, appeal went, it was remanded, again it was tried, evidence was led, the man dies. So the son takes up the case. And takes up against it's been another 25 years and he has not gotten the relief from the courts. So what is this best solution that came to them is what is wrong with the Sharia system. शायद 2 गलतियां हो जाएंगी, 8 तो सही होंगे. But the constitution cannot be overridden, and hence that was not an acceptable form of solution. The solution at the moment is that we have to take things head on. We have to address the issue of the failed system of justice, where deliverance is not coming only on account of non-conclusivity. The efforts, lawyers, it is their business, because नीचे वकील है, ऊपर खुदा है, बीच में हमारा एक ही रास्ता है, which is to plead the cause of a client. to justly and properly assist the court to come to a just conclusion. And the sooner it comes to a conclusion, even if it is against us, what do we have? We have what is called the right of appeal. And that is how we sustain our livelihood. And that is how it should be. But if we allow this system to be derailed, trust me, then what we'll have is serious violation, continued violation of human rights. It will continue unabated, it will go unnoticed. And I just implore upon the Chief Justice, I believe Justice Shabbir Ahmed, the very eminent judge of the High Court, is entrusted with the responsibility of reframing the Sindh Chief Court rules. He has done so. What will it take to get those rules implemented? Because litigation, once initiated, must conclude, and there must be a consequence to that litigation, one way or the other. Bringing fair litigation gets compromised and frivolous litigation is brought to the courts. So this balance can only be done by eminent people who will hold the position and have the power to decide and implement steps. So nowadays, your Lordship will see, and my members of the bar will notice that every other week, and this I say with conviction, but maybe very unpopular, that every other week there is a strike called and the courts are closed. So these are things which must be addressed, and this can be only done by the leadership, and I would request Mr. Anwar Mansoor to take into confidence the bar, address these issues, because we are heading towards what is called a state of Armageddon. And we do not want to come to that state, because we are all civilized good human beings. To approach the concerned members of the judiciary, take the proposals and have them implemented and executed. In the end, we will see that also another reason. A very eminent counsel passed away a few days ago, and I had the opportunity of chatting with him 10 days ago outside the NXC. This is Mr. Yawar Faruqui. And we just basically discussed that what is happening to the system, because people, what about the human rights of the litigant? Where do they stand? Coming to court for the last so many years with files and then going because the case gets adjourned. He said, and I just want to say also, I would say this for myself, कि जब भी बुलावा आए ऊपर का, अदालतें बंद ना हो, और अगर बंद करें तो 5 मिनट के लिए करें, पूरी कोर्ट में करें, 5 मिनट के लिए कोई अच्छी सी दुआ पढ़ें, कोई अच्छा बुरे अल्फाज में इंसान को याद करें. This will allow the running of the judicial system. अब सोचें विंस्टन चर्चिल को जब सवाल पूछा कि जर्मन एयरक्राफ्ट को बॉम्बिंग द सिटी ऑफ लंदन, so he said, Churchill साहब जंग तो आप हार रहे हैं. So he turned around with a cigar in his hand and asked, are our courts functioning? What relevance did that have to the war and the state of war at that time when your city of London was being bombed? The answer was, no, yes sir, our courts are functioning. So if our courts continue to function, countries will function, institutions will function. And that is what my paper is about. And I hope I have been able to translate it into a summarized version because of the paucity of time, and I hope I have not outstretched my time. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.